Good morning, Infinity. Good morning and welcome to the Infinity Fellowship today. It's Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. And guess what? I got my sleeves rolled up today. Why do I have my sleeves rolled up? It's because it's If Speaks Sunday. This is the Sunday where we get to interact with each other, where we get to put in the work, where we have an opportunity to invest in our own spiritual growth and development. Today is the moment. Today is the time for you to get your permission to shine. So wherever you are in the world, as you prepare for our Sunday service today, as we prepare for prayer, as we prepare for meditation, as we prepare for the energy of If Speaks, I invite you to call the clan together. If you've got younger people who want to participate in the service, who need to participate in the service, bring the entire family together. We're going to put up some notes later on in the service, and we're going to have some great conversations, and we're going to dig really deep. So I encourage you today with the Infinity Fellowship to come into the sacred space in the mindset of change. Come into the sacred space prepared to grow and to manifest your divine purpose in a powerful way. Come into the sacred space today in the space of love vibration, because we got something extra special for you today. Tag a friend in the stream. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and I guarantee you, you won't be sorry. Welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. We'll see you in a few minutes. Great to have you in today. Good morning, Infinity. I want to welcome you into the space today and invite you into the sacred vibration here at the place that we call the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. Great to have you on board today. Great to have you in the space. Grateful that you're here in preparation for meditation and for prayer. Brother Justin, Sister Geraldine, Angela, Sita, all of you, we see you coming in the box. We're excited to say hello to you in just a little bit. But for everyone who is coming, this is the moment where we align our vibrations together. So I'm going to ask that you find a comfortable seat, or if you're standing or if you're riding along, ease yourself into a meditative space in this moment and simply allow yourself to breathe. To inhale the good, to release the things that no longer serve you. Find the space of silence, of stillness, and bring it down just a little. Yes, just like that. Inhale. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, release. Embracing this moment of stillness is a moment of calmness. Allowing yourself to embrace the divine energy of love that delivered you to this place right now. How wonderful it is to align yourself on a Sunday in a ritual, in a space that reminds you that you are at home. Slow the breathing even more. Bring it down into the calmness of your spirit. Embracing the thoughts that come into your mind right now, not judging them as distractions, but instead welcoming them in without judgment, then allowing them to flow out through the breath. Accepting that tomorrow is gone, because all that we have is right now. Yesterday no longer haunts us, because all we have is the right now. We breathe in the light of love. We breathe in the light of healing. We breathe in the light of the assurance that we are thriving, that we are learning, that we are growing, that we are glowing in the radiant light of love. This is the peace we embrace in this moment. It is the safe acknowledgement that we are in the womb of divine source. Protected, empowered, emboldened, embraced and held in this divine light. It is from this space of stillness, from this space of assurance, that we now, as we are able, close all eyes, bow all heads, open all hearts, and begin to tune into the God of your acceptance and understanding. As we speak directly to that space that lies within, the source of our power, the source of our memory, the source of our celebration for being here today. All wise, all loving, all knowing God, divine source, mother, father, creator, known by many names, perceived by so many different cultures, and yet embraced in our spirit with the proof of one uniting energy. We call on you in this space today. We call on you first to state our gratitude. Thank you for delivering us into this space today. Thank you by getting us here by cell phone. Thank you for getting us here by tablet. Thank you for getting us here by computer, by YouTube, by Facebook, by audio in our pods and our ears. However we made it into this moment, we are grateful to be here in this moment together. Thank you for this blessed space called the Infinity Fellowship. We know that many have felt alone in the world, that there was no place for them to gather as people who were spiritual, but not necessarily religious. People who practiced their path along with others, recognizing that all paths lead to one destination. That destination is you. Thank you for the honor, for the privilege of gathering people together in this space on a weekly basis. Thank you for the healing this space has provided for many. Thank you for the wisdom and understanding that has been imparted from this pulpit, from these classes, from these gatherings that have kept people in alignment with their divine purpose. We give special thanks and gratitude to several families who are here in the Infinity space, physical members, Infinite Stream members. We speak love and protection over their families today. To the Trees family, we speak love and power to them this week. To Sister Madra, who started college and her basketball career up the road in Gallatin, Tennessee, we speak protection to her body and strength to her limbs and focus to her mind. To Sister Angela, who is traveling right now and headed to Salina in East Tennessee, we speak traveling grace and power through the rain. To Brother Charles, who is embarking on new levels of his career and his space of manifestation, the love energy there. To Sister Hillary, navigating school in a challenging environment, we're speaking health, love, and protection. To the Napier family and Brother Jeff Napier, in dealing with the disappointment of all the training that went into a jump from a plane this weekend that was canceled because of the rain, we speak that his heart be renewed with the understanding that his time is coming soon and that everything happens in accordance with the good. So we speak relief and release for our brother today. We speak love and empowerment to the Muse Morris family, who traveled out to California to drop their youngest son, Kamau, off and to empty their nest, if you will, at Stanford. We speak a protection upon him. We speak the continued empowerment of his leadership abilities as a brilliant example of what our next generation promises to be. We speak ease and love to the rest of the family, to Amadi, to Mary, to Jerome, to those who are left at home, to continue to amplify who they truly are. We speak condolence power, we speak love power, we speak unity power to the Carr families and the Ward families in the transition of Mother Maddie. May this be a moment to come together, to recognize that people are here for you, to the people who have sent in requests during the week, to those who are joining us in the infinite stream. To our sister Sita in North Carolina, we speak covering for the new opportunities that await her, new openings that push her and pull her and expand her in wonderful creative directions. We speak alignment for her this week. We accept these things. We know these things to be true. We release any doubt, we release any fear, and instead we embrace the confidence of knowing that we can manifest all things through you. So for these things, we give grateful energy to and for. And for other things that we cannot manifest in words, we simply say, thank you. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. As we welcome you into the space today, as we have meditated and aligned our energy from wherever we are in the globe, as we have spoken to divine source, we now pour our libations to recognize the triumvirate of the power of gathering together in Sunday ritual, the power of embracing the ancestors, those who have traveled this path before us. And so in this sacred space, we have our divine altar, representing the fire, the water, the air, and the earth, the four elements of creation. We have an awesome plant that we pour into. The dirt reminds us that we come from the dust of the earth, and to the dust we shall return in physical body. Yet absence in this physical vessel, absence in this earth suit, represents being present in all of divine creation, regardless of what religious path you come from. In these things we are in agreement. And so we pour the water that represents the living into the earth that represents where we return. In body, recognizing that when we pour, we complete this divine circuit and circle of creation. Who you got today? Who's in your consciousness today? Who's whispering to you in your third eye in the middle of the night of your dreams? Who's saying to you, remember me? Those names, if those faces are popping into your consciousness today, I invite you to type their names into the chat box so that we can see the world recognize them. And if you don't feel like typing their names, sit in a contemplative space while we pour the libations and call their names aloud. Speak them in your mind and in your consciousness and join this powerful libation today. We pour out a special libation to the energies of Sister Maddie Carr Ward. Sister Maddie, Aunt Maddie to me, or as we say in the community, Ain't Maddie. We pronounce Aunt Ain't. So we say Ain't Maddie. We appreciate the over 90 years that you had the opportunity to walk this earth, and that you had the opportunity to raise your children, to retire from teaching, to continue to be a light in the space. Many of you knew her by her beautiful silver hair when she came to visit us here at Infinity. We had the privilege of having her here for community events. She did her birthday celebration in this very space. And we were awesome. It was awesome to celebrate with her. She and my mother had the opportunity to watch a very rare solar eclipse in the backyard in her lawn chair. And when that night came in the middle of the day, you should have seen the look on her face. But now we know that she is eternally aligned with that same cosmic energy. So Ain't Maddie, Ashe. And so it is. We pour energy to the city of Birmingham in the transition of community activists, Sister Sarah Price, who was known for years, for decades, as a grassroots activist, who didn't care about, as the old folks say, shape, form, or fashion. She just cared about getting the work done. And so we pour to the energy in Birmingham of Sister Sarah Price. If there are people whose names you want to call out, call their names aloud now or type them in the box. As we say, cool water, freshen our spirits, freshen and consecrate this house, freshen our collective ancestors, the names being remembered in this moment. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, divine source and creation. Grant to us memory, peace, and prosperity. And so we pour today to the energies of the North that guide us and keep us centered and focused ahead, Ashe. To the energies of the South that give us divine memory of where we came from, lest we forget, Ashe. To the energies of the East and the rising sun, the memory that and understanding that no matter what happens in the night, you still got another chance to do it right today, Ashe. To the setting sun and the rising moon in the west, this understanding that this powerful divine feminine energy guides us and encircles us in love, Ashe. To the energy below in the ground that connects us to this Mother Earth. It makes us grateful when we take our shoes off and realize who we truly are, Ashe. To the energies of the heavens above, where we dream from, the spaces where we look beyond the horizon and see our dreams being played out in a way that allows us to reach and grab them and pull them into manifestation, Ashe. And to the center space where all roads connect, the sixth direction in the Lakota tradition. As the First Nations people would say, the space of the heart that is weighed on the scale as we transition from life to life after life. The heart that holds our dreams, that gives us power, Ashe. And to the children in the world, womb and yet unborn, we all say together all over the world, the word that means manifestation, and so it is. It means spirit, it means essence. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. It is done, and so it is.
Excellent. Yes.
We are in the space today. We are here. We've got Brother Tony and Signaris on our multimedia camera.
Woo!
Brother Joshua Smith Carr, who is here now in the body, in
Woo!
the flesh, 100% healthy.
Yes,
So happy to have him
Lord.
in this space today. And we are ready to rock and ready to roll. I want to say good morning to you if you're just tuning in. We are welcoming you into the sacred space, and we are excitedly doing this. This is the moment of gratitude where I get to look into the screen here and the scroll and say hello to so many of you. We get to see so many of your names coming in, the energies of your ancestors, those spaces there. We welcome you, and we're grateful to have you in. We're grateful that you are with us today. We are grateful that everybody is here. Yes. I'm grateful that I remembered just now to turn my mic on.
Well,
how about
there
that?
it is.
Send a toast to you. Tell you what, you learn something new every day, don't you? But we're here. We're here. Luckily, I had that booming voice. Somehow my voice could pick up with the other microphones, right? So I'm grateful for a voice today. What are you grateful for? You showed up today. You're here to get a blessing. You're here to get a lesson. You're here to get something awesome happening to you. So what are you grateful for? Say hello to us, and we're going to say hello to you. Say good morning. Let us know where you're saying good morning from, and give us one thing you're grateful for. And we have a song that we like to sing while we're doing this. So while you're thumbing, while you're talking, we're going to sing good morning to you. Give us one thing you're grateful for. Let's share some gratitude today. Ashe. Come on, sis.
A good morning to you. A good morning to you. And a good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 da. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. And a good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you.
So good morning, y'all. We're happy to see you coming in. We've got, oh my gosh, I'm just going to call out some cities because I'm seeing some of the things that you're grateful for. We're grateful for everyone coming in from Houston, Texas. I see you, Houston. Grab my sister and say hello to her down there. She's down here in Missouri City. Pat her on the back. Say, call your brother. Tell her we love you. All our family down in Houston, Texas. We got Tampa in the house today. Glad to have you down in Tampa. Coming in, good to have you. Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina is in the house today. Atlanta, Georgia is in the house today. We see you. Sister Latrina is in there. Good morning. Grateful to finally be home from the hospital. Come on, we're sending that energy to you. Grateful for increasing health and to be joining the space today. We're happy to have you in the space today. We are seeing your streams. We've got you coming in. What we've done today is we've done the overlay. So what you see coming up on this side of the screen, watch that, look. What you see coming up right here, if you all look at that.
There it is, right there.
Hey, I'm having way too much fun since I remembered to turn my microphone on,
There
right?
it is, right.
But my infinite streamers always remind us. They always send the message back, and they say, I love the way y'all do it. You do very subtly. You don't say microphone, volume, all that kind of stuff. They do it really subtly. They say, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Direct,
Love
baby.
it.
So if you notice, if you look here on the side, if you notice all of these awesome people that are coming in. If you see Sister Cedar, we see you, Sister Cedar. We see you, Keisha. We see you, Jody and Keela. We see Sister Mama Rosetta up in the space today. We see all of y'all over here. And when we see you over here, all of this is like a waterfall of gratitude.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, that's what that is. It's a waterfall again. It's a cascading energy
Yes.
of gratitude that is aligning. So you get to see all of the good things that are happening in that space today. I encourage you, drop your gratitude in there too.
Woo.
Because this is how we do it together, y'all. As we have this stream coming in, as we have this chat coming in, you are connecting with people from all over the world, all of the cities all over the space that are coming in. We've got Latvia in the space today. Oh, actually, Belgium in the house today. Leanne is in the house again. We love you. Good to see you. Leanne, always good to see your face on the stream. All of that energy is being affirmed. So guess what? Talk to each other and share that love.
Yes.
Hit somebody with a high five. Hit somebody with a prayer hands, or hit somebody with a muscle arms or a heart. Let people know that you're in this infinite stream, this cascading space of gratitude.
Yay.
How awesome is it? Sister Kenita, how you doing today?
Look, I have such a good morning moment. So even just a few minutes ago when we were going to pick up Josh and we were coming back and I had just missed a crash.
Oh, you're kidding.
I mean, it had just...
Give her this camera.
It had just happened, y'all. Like, I just missed a crash. So that was my gratitude moment when I went to go pick up Josh real quick. And to see that, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Protection. Universe protection. Yes. So I'm doing fabulous. I always feel so good this morning because I get to be around everybody else. Like, this is awesome.
Awesome.
Can't get any better.
It's going to be great. Y'all, it's that time. So it's time for us to come and to bring to you our statement of infinitude. When you're joining Infinity, if this is your first time, this is a great opportunity for you to embrace what we do and to understand what we do. And if you're new to Infinity and you say, I found this space and they're doing everything that affirms who I am. They're speaking to the Creator and they're not judging what name we use to tap into that source. They are meditating. Oh my gosh, I got an inbox once from somebody. They said, I love it because you're actually doing meditation. I've been looking for a space like that. We pour libations. How do we pull all of this together? It's really simple. As simple as a relative term, of course, but we call it infinitude. It is a statement. It is a core set of agreements. And it's time for now us to speak aloud those core agreements. So we invite you to participate with us as we bring Sister Kenita up for our statement of infinitude. Ashe.
All right. Well, good morning, Infinity. Welcome to the Infinity Experience live online. And you know, y'all, I always like to remind you of a couple of things just in case you sometimes forget. We don't want to tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That is an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we simply affirm your unique connection. Number two, whatever you call that source energy, you're going to hear us say God interchangeably with the universe, divine source. The point is what you see is around you is the proof that it was showing off when you were created after the same image and likeness. And so now it's time to speak aloud the core agreements that bring us together at Infinity. We call that infinitude. Infinitude is defined in the dictionary as a state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. We have a unique mix of faith, traditions, and backgrounds at Infinity, but what centers us is the spirituality we all share in common. For us, infinitude is defined as infinity. Get that snap on with an attitude. And that attitude is gratitude. And the snap you just heard is the spiritual practice that gives us life and meaning. Snap is on your screen, and we recommend you take some time to meditate on both it and our statement of infinitude by visiting our website at myif.com. SNAP.org. The S in SNAP is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every day. And finally, the P is for the proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful that you all are here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. I invite you to join us in the affirmation of our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed in the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism. And as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen.
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 Hotep.
Hotep.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Ashe.
Ashe. Take a deep breath in on that. Exhale and let it go. If you're a first-time visitor today, this is the time that we welcome you into the space. So if you are a first-timer today, somebody may have led you to a video post online, someone may have tagged you in the stream, someone may have sent you a YouTube link, wherever you are watching from, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Go ahead and let us know that you're a first-timer so we can shower you with some love. Everybody needs a little bit of love, right? So go ahead and type first-timer in the box. And y'all know how we do it. Shower people with love. Let them know that they appreciate it, that you have arrived in the right place at the right time. Welcome to the Infinity Fellowship. My name is Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I go by Rev Jeff in this sacred space. And I want to welcome you to the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. This is the space where people make the leap from simple religious doctrine to the free space of conscious and practical spirituality. If you've been looking for a space like this, I want to extend to you this offer to be a part of Infinity. All you have to do is send us an email. Send us an email to infinitynashville@gmail.com. That's infinitynashville@gmail.com. Or you can slide gracefully into our DMs and you can let us know that you'd like to join a growing body of people that we call the Infinity Fellowship. We're almost 7 years old now. In just a few weeks, we celebrate 7 years being in this space of manifestation. But as a visitor, I want to remind you that I get the privilege, I get the honor of knowing who, what, where, when, and why you are. I know all of this energy, right? And why do I know this? Because I see the real you. And everyone here at Infinity, wherever we are globally, we see the real you. We don't see you as a human being today who showed up to have a spiritual experience. That's just the icing on the cake. But the true cake is you are a spirit who is navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so we invite you in this space to take a deep breath, to exhale and relax. Hold your hands up to receive this loving energy. Press your hands up toward the screen if you need to, if you feel it. And everybody else from all over the world, if you're gathered with your friends, if you're gathered with your families, wherever you are, go ahead in this space and look at somebody. If you can look at somebody, because our visitors welcome is a welcome to all of humanity. So we say this in truth, we say this in love, we say this in power. And as we hold our hands up, we'll take a deep centering breath, a remembrance of who we are. Now repeat after me. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will today, that you are not alone. I am with you and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I am here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Get up at home, dance it out a little bit. Let yourself groove it. Let yourself feel it. Feel the love energy coming through the screen. Yeah, I know you got a little attitude. You don't want to fight this feeling though, 'cause it's good, you know. Oh. There you go. DC is in the house, Osceola is in the house, so Denise is in the house, yeah. We got Jody in the house, yeah. We got Steph in Jersey in the house. We got you coming in on the stream, y'all. We feel you, know what you mean, y'all. I should have had Tony do a little rap here, y'all. We got it, yeah. Yeah. Hey. All right. Y'all, we love you. This is the energy of life that is Infinity Fellowship. This is the space of celebration. Isn't it good to come to a space on Sunday where you can celebrate, where you can have fun, where you can be your authentic self? That's what the Infinity Fellowship is. And it is such because we take care of each other. It is time for another spiritual practice in our Sunday ritual, and that is the practice of giving. Snap, 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 snap. Spirituality, nurturing, action, and proof. This is the A part. That is why we have the A basket. Don't y'all miss that? You know, everybody used to get up and come down to the A basket, and you bring your envelope and you put in your 10% that you got this week, or you put in on top of that, or you put in something more than that, whatever's in your heart, we would all bring it down and we would dance down the aisle, because the A is for action, because you take action by putting your money where your mouth is. It's also for abundance. Abundance meaning good health, healed relationships, walking in your divine purpose. So for those of you who like to bling out on abundance, bless you. For those of you who like to write checks to your favorite nonprofits and make sure that people are taken care of with your abundance, so be it. For those who like to take care of self-care, make sure that you don't go off a cliff somewhere for abundance, guess what? That's for you to define. But as a spiritual community, we handle business here at Infinity, and the business is spirituality. So just like in the ancient world, we never separated the religious or the sacred from the scientific, right? We all put that together because there is no difference. There is no changing. There is no dichotomy there. So we're in a space of giving. So as we give, we want to supercharge that giving by acting out of a space of understanding that everything is divinely good. So for those of you who have prepared yourself for giving today, who are now in a space of gratitude, you got some dancing in with our welcome. We're going to sing Everything is Good while we're giving. You have 3 ways to give today to the Infinity Fellowship. Cash App, $Infinity Fellowship, PayPal.me/Infinity Fellowship, or by mail to Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive, 37207, right here in Northeast Nashville. We're putting the slide up on the screen. We will put the slide back up on the screen. As we give, as we pause, I invite you to participate today in this wonderful, wonderful ritual, giving thanks to the many of you who have made a commitment to what we call the 4 spiritual principles. And for those of you who have not read the book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines, awesome book. Go read it, change your life, guarantee a changed mind. But for those who you do it 1st and 15th, and you send your tithe in and you give during this moment, hey, we're here because of that. So if you're feeling this love energy, this is the time to contribute to that love energy, to prepare us for the word, for the download, for the energy that is coming in just a few minutes after our offering. So let's go ahead and pour into that space right now. Let's go ahead and embrace the energy that everything is good. Let's take a deep breath together as we focus our energy to make sure that we direct our money toward the good. We want to plant something good in the ground of spirituality. Take a deep breath with me. Exhale and let it go. Another deep breath in, thinking about all of the good that you have received, all that you've been brought through that you should not have been brought through by logic, but you got here either way. Hold that energy and let it go. Releasing all fear. Let's turn to the screen. We've got a supercharging affirmation for our giving today, and we invite you to say it along with us. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. Take a deep breath. Repeat after me. Everything is good.
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 I got it good.
I got it good.
Sing along with us as we give now.
Everything is good. Everything is good. Yes, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Everything is Oh, everything is good, and I got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good, and I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, sing it with me now. Everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it so good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah.
Awesome Sister Kanitha, who is in the house today. So yes, y'all, awesome. How about that? How fun was that? We don't give in a space of lack or fear or any of that. We give in a space of goodness. We give in a space of strength and a space of power. So we're excited to do that. We're going to find out what's happening in the world today of infinity and what's going on. We're excited to have Brother Tony come up and give us today's announcements. All right, Brother T, come on up.
Hello, everybody. Long time no see. It's your boy, Brother T. Y'all can hear me out there. Again, long time no see. It's your boy, Brother T. So, in other words, good morning, Infinity. Good morning. All right. As always, if you got something great that you want to report as a standing ovation later, go ahead and type into the chat box for us at this time. Now, welcome to September, the 9th month of 2021. This here is surely the year of alignment. And our daily mantra is, remember, everything's going my way. And we sing a little song to it that goes, everything's going my way. So, we speak that you are being safe at home and embracing this opportunity to explore your spirituality on a deeper level than ever before. So, mark your calendars for our 4th annual Trunk or Treat. Now this in an in-person, safe distance outdoor event for the entire family. Now, the planning committee meets today at 1 p.m. and we need volunteers for the planning committee. So if you are ready to help execute a great event, go to the link, which is tinyurl.com, and it'll probably be on the screen. It'll say tinyurl.com/sign-up-infinity. And check in for today so that we can send you the Zoom link immediately after today's service. Woo! We are anticipating a date shift, so please sign up and check in so that we can hit the ground running. Woo-hoo. Next month is our 7th anniversary. It's our anniversary. What? Yeah. Anniversary. Yeah, that's how we do it here. Just straight up improv. And so we're going to be gathering to clean our space. We have our annual facility cleanup, both inside and outside on Sunday, September 26th. We need all the muscle, click, clack, gun show right up in here. So we need all the muscle we can muster. So please use our Infinity sign up page, which is the tinyurl.com/sign-up-infinity. Now, this is a way for us to gather safely and get Infinity ready for the next level of growth and expansion. Join us next week for Yoga Sunday. Woo! Now, last month, Rev Jeff focused on the heart chakra. Now, this month, the focus is going to be the throat chakra, the energy center that harbors your power to tap into the power in your own voice. Now get your aura flowing next week on the mats at Yoga Sunday. Yoga Sunday is for all levels, and I do repeat, all levels. And Rev Jeff is also a trained, certified, registered yoga instructor. And I will tell you from personal experience, like, trust me, he'll definitely get you through some things. Well, you'll definitely feel it. So with that being said, there are no excuses. And I say again, no excuses. So this is the announcements. So it is said, so it is received. Ashe. That's our Miss Kaneetha.
Thank you, Brother Tony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now it is time for standing ovations.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news.
Hey.
Our standing ovation.
Yes.
Our high energy here at IF comes from the practice of snap. That's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. And we take what we learn and when applied in our lives, that's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, right? And that's the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. We'll call off your names as we receive them. When your name is called, we will snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them. And then guess what, y'all? We're going to provide a collective, crazy, out of this world standing ovation at the end. All right? Okay. We got some people.
Oh, we do. Let's go on into the chat and see what we got there.
Yes.
We're in the space today. First off, we want to recognize who do I see there, Tony? We got some people up early. If you're new, okay, great. Awesome. Let me get started on the standing ovations. Again, if you've had an accomplishment this week that we can celebrate with you, type it in really quick because it takes a second for it to feed into the signal and then feed into the signal into our monitor. So we want to make sure we do not miss you. We do not miss this opportunity to help you shine in this space. Sending a standing ovation to Kim, watching with my spouse, Trina. Good to have you in the space, Trina and Kim. We're happy to have you today. Welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. That is a standing ovation to you for being a first timer. You received the message. Don't be the last timer. Y'all are at home now. So good to have you all back. Good to have you as a couple and as a family. Standing ovation wise, we also this week for Infinity, an Infinity standing ovation for our Youth Performing Arts Academy. We did our final round of paperwork for the grant that we got, that we received, that we were selected for to record an African folktale audiobook. So we're going to be working with young people and some Metro Schools young people after school, a teen drama troupe. We are going to be producing from the Infinity an audiobook that's going to be available globally. This is an exciting project for us to be able to bring young people into the space, to teach them how to utilize the equipment in the studio, to teach them how to act out on the stage instead of the street corner. So that is a standing ovation to all of us, to all of Infinity, y'all. We wouldn't be here without the Infinity Fellowship and what we do. What do you have to say innovation about volleyball while we're seeing if anybody else has anything?
Well, again, so our daughter had a volleyball game just yesterday, and she did a fantastic job. So we're just really excited. I think her team won, the team A won, and she had a good time out there and did her thing as usual. So we're on a rolling streak of wins.
Undefeated.
So we're excited about that.
Undefeated.
And she's serving,
3-0.
I was like, go girl. Go, Kai.
Kai, we know you watch. If you and Kamaria, Dan, y'all watching from home, congratulations, standing ovations to you, Kai. We're proud of you. We appreciate you. Thanks for moving through. Kai said I messed up a serve the second game, but I got over it and I came back the third game and we won that. I said that's how you do it right there. Right? Don't give up. Try again.
Try again.
Going to New Jersey, we got Stephanie in the house. I do believe I saw a standing ovation from up there. Let's scroll on down. Tony, I think I saw. Let's see. Yes.
Right there. Okay.
Sister Stephanie Kathy, our Infinity family
Hi, Stephanie.
from New Jersey,
Yeah.
who is embarking on that journey to the
Come on
4-0.
now.
You won't know it, but
Listen.
you would know. You think it's 3-0. She's reporting so happy. I lost 19 pounds since July.
Go. Yes.
Happier lifestyle.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
What good does it do to exist in the world and you're not in a healthy body? So
So
shout out to you,
true.
Stephanie, for making the lifestyle choices that produced fruit.
Yes.
That is indeed a standing ovation. Standing ovation to you.
is.
Oh, what are you talking about, man?
Yes, you give me motivation, Stephanie. You're going to give me motivation.
Baby, you can be my motivation.
She got rid of it.
I'm going to drop down. Come on, let's drop down, Kanita. For Stephanie's
No,
celebration, let's drop down and give her
okay.
50.
Look,
Come on.
in my mind,
Come
I'm
on.
thinking about that sit-up, push-up thing. There we go. Bam, girl. I'm with you
See-
in all energy.
We got you. All right, good. We got, okay, right down here. This is Lena. Oh, who do we have, Tony? You had somebody? Justin. We got Justin in the house.
Hi,
Let's go to Justin.
Woo!
Justin, what's happening, man? Good to have you in the house.
Yes.
Celebrating a new pharmacist job, giving COVID vaccinations. Come on, Justin.
Yes. Woo. Yes.
Change
That's
the
what we need.
world,
Yes.
make it a better place.
That's what we need.
Congratulations.
That's what we need.
On the healing
Yes.
journey.
Uh-huh.
We
A
speak
new
that
job,
everything
too.
goes smoothly with you,
Yes.
that this new job will open you up in whole new ways to healing people,
Yes. Yes, yes,
to
yes,
walking in your divine purpose. Congratulations, Justin. That is
Congratulations.
indeed
So
a standing
big.
ovation.
Yes.
All right. We got this good stuff coming in this space today. All right, Tony, what we got next? All right, let's go with Lena. Lena, you're in the house today. You're on
Lena.
feature. Lena is celebrating the recovery of my father.
Yes. Go ahead.
send the energy
Daddy.
there.
Yes.
People all over the world,
Yes.
Lena, they're snapping.
You know
Let
about
your
that,
dad
man.
know
It's big. Yes.
that from Belgium to Rwanda to LA to North Carolina
Everywhere.
to New Jersey to Florida to Texas, people all over the world
Yes.
are snapping their fingers right
Yes,
now,
yes.
speaking in affirmation of this remarkable achievement.
healing.
And we're speaking a continued path of ease to maintain this space of recovery and regaining that energy of love and physical strength, mental strength. Congratulations and thank you for sharing. That's
Woo!
indeed an awesome standing ovation.
is.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, let's see if we've got everybody. I wanted to make sure. We got Rihanna. Rihanna's in the house. Rihanna's got a good one, so I'm going to read most of it. Over the last 2 weeks, I decided to shift my timeline to moving from 2022 to October. That's called bringing the future into the present.
Yes.
I was able to find housing in the last few days, shout out, when I have not found anything for months. Talk about alignment and surrender. Man, what you said, housing.
Yes. Oh man.
I will be back in Nashville by October 1st. Rihanna's back in Nashville.
Rihanna.
The world is changing, right? By October 1st, grateful to reconnect with all my family. Y'all, Rihanna,
Yay.
Anthony is coming back to the city. Oh my gosh. All of the
Yes.
people who work toward healing are excited.
Yes.
All of the people who promote injustice are terrified.
True
As
that.
well they should be.
True that.
Oh, as well they should
Yes.
be. Shiver on your timbers
Man,
if you
powerful.
are a person
Yeah,
that is
so powerful.
standing for injustice, because
Yes.
Rihanna is our present and future generation of fearlessness, of empowerment, of strength, of love,
No fear.
and no fear.
Man, yeah.
We love
Yes.
it. So we're here for you, sister. We can't
Yes.
wait till October 1st. We're celebrating with you. All of these spaces are coming in. Did I have any more, Tony, or is that it? Got one more. Okay, one more, y'all. Standing ovation. Awesome day today. Sister Rosetta up in Chi-Town just celebrated a birthday.
Yes.
Had a challenge with friends to get moving. So I averaged over 11,000 steps a day last week.
Oh,
Doing
my
it again
goodness.
this week.
Go ahead. Okay.
All after you did a lot for your birthday.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Kenny, let's drop down and
I
give
know.
them 50.
Now
Come
y'all,
on.
okay.
Come on.
I guess, okay.
You gonna do
I
it?
guess
Come on, let's drop down.
No, I'm not doing that. But I'm going to work out this week. I'm going to start working.
Me and Tony, we'll drop down and give them 50. Come on.
No.
Joshua, come on back. We're going to
You
drop
got
down
it.
and give them 50.
I know,
Joshua will.
Joshua, lay down.
But now we're giving 50 because we give you 50 in our mind, Sister Rosetta, because everybody here is like, we got to get to the message. We got to get to this work.
Yes. Okay.
So we're going to give you
Yes.
50 push-ups
Yes.
of energy for 11,000
Yes.
steps. That is
That gives
indeed
me energy.
a standing
Congratulations,
ovation.
though.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on now.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. I think we got everybody to
All right.
celebrate. Yes. There we
Okay.
Oh, we're looking good.
All right,
Great.
so now at this point, if you shared something, guess what? You get to have a seat while the rest of us are going to stand up wherever we are, and we are going to give a thunderous, out of this world standing ovation. Okay, here we go. All right, so those are the announcements and ovations for today. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe.
Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Sing it with me, y'all. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land. Come and go to that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land. There is wisdom in that land where I'm bound. Oh, there is love in that land. There is love in that land. There is love in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There is love in that land. There is love in that land. There is love in that land where I'm bound. Oh, don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land? Don't you wanna go to that land where I'm bound? Oh, 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 oh. As that sound resonates in our space, in our hearts, I want to let you know today that this is a moment where you are being given permission to shine. This is a work moment. This is a meditation moment, but it is also a manifestation moment. It is If Speak Sunday. So I'm going to be talking to you, and you're going to be talking to me, and you're going to be helping me out. So this is an opportunity to exercise your thumbs. I got my typers out there. I got my talkers out there, and you have an opportunity to participate with us in a very real way on Third Sunday. You are a shining star. And if you don't believe that, if you don't know that, we're going to show you that today. The download from Spirit is going to show you this today. Get your pen, get your paper, get your pencil, get your journal, get your notebook. Go ahead and scrap for it, scramble for it, because you're going to want to walk in what you manifest and what you hear today. A special gift for you as we're moving into the last quarter of the year of alignment. This is an awesome opportunity for you to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because spirituality is good for your health, right? But did I make that up? No. Ice Cube modification. Shout out to you, Ice Cube. Today's meditation for affirmation comes from the great astrophysicist, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson reminds us, scientifically, y'all, not only do we live among the stars live within us. We are stardust brought to life, then empowered by the universe to figure itself out. And we have only just begun. Take a few deep breaths on that one. Meditate on that one. And so it is. Ashe. Permission to shine. Permission to shine. Stardust. This is what you are. And I don't mean the sprinkly stuff that you hear or that you see or that you think about from Disney movies and people getting sprinkled. We're not talking about that kind of stardust. We're talking about the scientific stardust. We're talking about the minerals and components and elements of hydrogen and carbon and nitrogen and oxygen, all which originate and are spawned in the core of stars. So literally, we are made up of the component pieces of stars. Isn't it awesome to know that as we connect with one another, we manifest our highest self, not just spiritually, but scientifically, because there is no delineation between the two. I speak that something is said or shared in today's word, in today's message, that brings us closer in alignment with our divine purpose and reaches someone out there who may be struggling with how to connect the points and parts of their life that seem to be disparate and in different directions. All of it in alignment right now. So it is Ashe. We're going to talk today. And today we're going to deal with divine purpose. And as we're dealing with divine purpose, we ask ourselves the question, what is divine purpose? How do we manifest divine purpose? Rev, how do I connect the dots? When I'm dealing with people individually, when I'm dealing with people in a business environment, when I'm dealing with people in a coaching environment, which I've dealt with all in my life in the past, people want to know, how do I align with the things that I love? How do I put myself in a space where I can embrace my divine purpose? Your divine purpose. As we embrace this concept of a divine purpose, as we reach a point where we're centering our energy around the divine purpose, I'm just going to be real. The divine purpose is that space of the heart. That's the stuff we love. I'm going to color it in. I'm going to make it red so that you never forget what this is. Boom. Is that red enough for you? Divine purpose. When we talk about our divine purpose, it is what puts us in alignment with our unique set of skill set and experiences. And many of you are already walking in your divine purpose, but guess what happens when you're walking in your divine purpose? You're always finding ways to tweak that divine purpose. You're never satisfied. And you're supposed to be that way, because I heard a toast once that said, may you have all of your dreams except one, because it gives you something to work for. So you can't forget, right? You cannot forget that you are always striving for something. Divine purpose is why you were born here. It's why that divine collaboration of the sperm and the egg hit just at the right moment to produce you. Physiologically, while that was happening, while that was going on the earth, in the heavenly plane, in the realm of the no thing space, or the space of no thingness, you were making a deal to come into this manifestation. This blank sheet of paper, this is you. At the center of you, at the center of your spirit, is a divine purpose. And in that divine purpose, it defines who you are. It unfolds in the universe. And there are different points that all assemble to make you who you are. They help you pour into your divine purpose. They help you discover who you truly are. They help you reach a point where you can align with everything. We're going to go through some of those points. I want to ask you a question. What are some points in life? What are some factors, if you will, that contributed to you being you? Go. I'm only going to take 9 or 10 of them. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to say education. Because your education determines, it points to who you are, right? Your education helps define who you are. If I'm putting this on the board here, it helps define who you are. What's another thing that defines who you are? Anybody got anything else? Shout it out if you're in the space, because I'm looking here on it. I'm looking here on it. I can read you on the screen. So anything that you're on, tell me something else that defines you, y'all. This is If Speaks. I expect you to talk back and we're going to work. What is it? Family. Good point. Personality. Good, good, good. Good. Personality. Environment. All right, from the stream, I've got your environment. Thank you, Michelle. We got that. Your gifts. Your gifts. Nice. Putting gifts out here on the outside. What else we got, y'all? Talk to us. Tell us what we got here.
Nutrition.
Oh, nutrition. Good. I saw careers. And I'm putting careers. I'm putting diet, because that's nutrition. Because you are what you eat right here, right? You are what you've eaten. I'm going to say all that too. We've got to get community. I saw community. Parental guidance. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Parents. Training. Guidance. All right. What else we have? I see some people talk. Stephanie, belief system, beliefs. All right. I see you on here, y'all. Good. I'm coming back to you on that. Good. So let's just use those. Let's just use those. As we see all of this energy, as we see all of these things contributing to who you are, as we see these things beginning to unfold. Steve Jobs said, when he talked about connecting his dots, Steve Jobs, who left this world in many ways, people would say left way too soon. One of the reasons why people say left way too soon was because he was so creative. But one thing that I do say, the legacy that he left with Apples, iPods, smartphones, all the things that didn't exist before he birthed them into the world, he said that you never know what your life is going to be until you look back and connect the dots. So each dot is an experience that you have in your life that help contribute to who you truly are. So this dot is an education space. Education will definitely affect you. Education is every experience that comes along with education. Your personality, who you truly are. That's another dot. It's another space of how you evolve. And a lot of times our personalities are shaped by other things. We didn't even get to put on here. We talk about family. I'm going to put this near family because family is often a place where this happens. I'm going to put trauma. And I'm going to circle it because it's important too. When we talk about trauma and this space of trauma, our career, this is a point. Many of us got those experiences during this time in our life where we were going through something. Another time there was diet. There's a diet that you have now. There's a diet that you used to have. There's a diet, and I'm going back to this. I thank you, Sister Stephanie, for sharing that, sharing the changes that you've had in your diet that have produced results. Because what we do is when we look at the dots, we say, how do I feel when I eat certain foods? Many people do not want to change their diet. When we talk about weight loss, we don't talk about weight loss from a Western space. We don't talk about weight loss from a body ideal space, where a space is created where we shame each other's bodies. When I'm telling you about diet, I can pick that in your life. And I'm asking you, how do you feel about yourself? Because if you see this body as a temple of the divine, if you see yourself as a manifestation of the stars, then you would love yourself enough to put the food that you need to put in your body that will become fuel and not become waste, purely waste. We want to live a full and healthy life. Why? Because we are grateful for being born into this world. And when we're born into this manifestation, listen, I'm putting all of this out right now. I'm putting the fires out that are coming. I'm putting out the fires from people who will show up in a space on Sunday and say that your entire life you are meant to suffer so that you can get a real life when you die out of this body. What the hell you come here for? Why are you here? If you're going to tell me, if you're going to have the arrogant space to tell me that somehow God made a mistake by putting you in this body so that you can be punished and you can spend hopefully 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years being terrorized psychologically, physically, with all of your experience, being punished, being put through some fraternity or sorority initiation so that you could get your real reward when you leave this body behind. It doesn't make logical sense, does it? What makes logical sense is that heaven is home, earth is the marketplace. So you came here to learn what you needed to learn so that you could unfold in the universe. You came here to absorb these valuable lessons, and each one of these points gave you an opportunity to learn. It gave you an opportunity to learn what you are gifted at. What are you gifted with? What is the space that you have that nobody else has? Anytime you're asking a gift or asking what your gift is something that you do better than anybody you know. And guess what? The gifts can sometimes come from traumatic experiences. Ask someone who became a brilliant musician because they were escaping pain in their life. And an instrument was the only way that they could express themselves and keep themselves from being driven off a cliff. You see, when we have these experiences, we often see them as negative. And this is where judgment comes in. You are releasing judgment today because with each and every one of these experiences today, you're going to start asking the question, not what was I going through, but what was I learning from the experience? How is it helping me to express my divine purpose and who I truly am? Our parents, and our training and our guidance. When we talk about this parenting piece, oh, it can be very sticky. And the reason why I put the S in parentheses, because you might have just had one parent. You might have been raised by your grandparent. You may have had a sticky relationship with your parents. Your parents may not have been perfect, but guess what? The training and guidance that they gave you, either through direct training and guidance or by default, also makes up who you truly are. Some of you didn't have the most perfect parents. I personally don't know anybody that had perfect parents, because we're always going to find fault with our parents, especially when we are not the ones doing the parenting. But those who know, when you start becoming your mother and father, when you have the responsibility of another generation, it starts to shift your perspective a little bit. It sends you into a space of reflection. But when people say your parents are doing the best they can, love on them, yes. But guess what? Learn the lessons that you learn. Many amazing fathers that I know in the world are amazing fathers because they did not have a father growing up. And they made a commitment that should they be blessed to be a father, they were going to do what they did not experience. They were going to live a life they did not experience. So their children got the experience of having an active and involved parent simply because a parent a generation before was not there. For whatever reasons, I'm not judging. I'm saying that it is not what happens to you, it's how you respond to what happens to you. And whether or not you embrace these experiences as part of a larger message, as part of a larger culture, as part of the larger understanding of who you truly are in this space to be. Your beliefs. Oh, your beliefs are going to change. Sometimes they start out at the cross, and it's all right. The cross is a powerful space for it to start. Sometimes they start out at the star and crescent. Stay with me, Josh, on this. There we go, on this one. Give me this one. Good, awesome. Sometimes they start there. Sometimes they're starting in a space of Judaism. Sometimes they're starting with ancient wisdom, going to the pyramids. Sometimes they're starting with meditation, drawing all kind of hieroglyphics in. Whatever your beliefs are, this is a part of who you are. Every single thing on here is a point that you were at some point in your life that meant something to you. So when you're in this space of understanding, when you're in this space of embracing who you are, do not throw away the points in your life where you existed, because those points existed to make you who you are. We're the sum total of who we are. Oh my gosh, one of these faces up here, we got family, we also got friends. And for our friends up here, right, when we go to our friends exist. I'm going to put R, S, L. Some of you are putting this on your own work, right? You're putting this on your own board. You're putting it in a space now. Give me this one, Josh, over here. Right here, this one. Big thank you, son. Get RSL, right? The reason why I say R, S, L when it relates to friends, because it also relates to family. Friends and family, I'm going to lean all the way down so you can see me on this. Instead of dropping for 50, I'm going to drop for 1 and hold it, because y'all need to hear this. Friends and family are in your life, as Iyanla says, for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. People aren't always going to be around. There are some people you met so that they could teach you a lesson. It was a lesson on how to love better. It was a lesson on how to live better. And that's the only reason they showed up. Somebody showed up in your life to break your heart, to stab you in your gut, so that you could know what it was like to have heartache. But when you knew what it was like to have heartache, that made you empathetic, because nobody's going to listen to you, comfort them, if you haven't been through pain yourself. So going through the pain is a gift within itself to be able to relate to everyday people who are going through the same thing. Some people are in your life for a season. And it might be a long season. And that season might make you think that it's a lifetime, because I tell you something about good seasons. Good seasons are like good weather. Everything is perfect. The sun is shining. You have low humidity. There ain't a cloud in the sky. You're in a space of gratitude. Your energy is lifted. You are feeling good. You are absorbing the sun's rays. You are smelling the salt water come in on the ocean. Your belly is full. Everything in that season is so good that you get a little bit distracted, that you start thinking that it's going to be like that the entire time. You get so caught in the moment that the moment becomes extended over long periods of time, and then eventually you forget that seasons change. So then when the rainy season starts, or the winter season starts, you're discombobulated. You're put out of space. You're driving yourself crazy because you say everything was good and now things have changed. Guess what? That is the nature of seasons. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same, not even you. Everything must change. Nothing and no one goes unchanged. Everything changes. And so some people, some family members that you thought would be there for the lifetime, they're there for a season. And guess what you do when you see that? You don't get angry. You don't get bitter. You don't get resentful. You give thanks, as they say, with a grateful heart, for the lessons that they brought to you, even if they were tough lessons. And then there are some who are going to be with you for a lifetime. But you know what I can tell you about this lifetime thing? This lifetime thing, even in the lifetime space means that they will be there for a reason and for a season. So even people who are with you for a lifetime, they may have been a business associate for you for one point. For a season, they may have been a confidant. For another season, they may have been a lover. They may have been a best friend. They may have changed throughout this constantly changing space that exists over the arc of an entire lifetime. You don't get to judge that. You get to learn from that. This is why you have to give yourself permission to accept your dots on your board, to accept the points in your life that brought you to where you are. Instead of lamenting them, embrace them for what they are. There are points in your life that helped make you who you are. This space of career, which often is not a career, is often jobs. When we talk about jobs, it's sometimes, and most of the time, jobs you hated. Jobs you couldn't stand. Supervisors that got on your nerves. People who pressed you. Dealing with the fools. People who made you sick to your stomach. I could go on and on about that, and people would be shouting because everybody's had that encounter. What did you learn from these people? Did you learn that ultimately it was your job to learn something so that you could move from a space of working a job, which is something you do to make money, to walking in a career, which is something that you do because it is aligned with your divine purpose? There is the lesson in that space. The space of community. What is community? This is an important space. This is something that I want to talk to y'all about and tell y'all about, because we're at the point now where we can open up for questions almost. I want you to absorb this energy when we talk about community. You're not getting anywhere by yourself. Self-realization is the beginning point. It is the point where you accept that you were born into this world to be the star that you are. When you accept that, you begin to attract like energy. This is where community comes. Spiritual growth and development operates on 3 levels: individual, your spiritual practices, what you do to keep you sane and in alignment with your divine purpose. Secondly, family. Family is how you define it. I'm not here to define you, define for you family, define biology, define all of that. That is for you to define. Some people got a group of small friends and that is their family. That is a family that reinforces your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual practices. Spiritual practices individually. If you burn your sage, if you do your crystals, if you do your yoga, if you do your meditation, if you do whatever it is that you do, if you read your Bible, if you read your Bhagavad Gita, if you read your Quran, if you read your text of Amentet and the Pert Em Heru and the Coming Forth by Day, doesn't matter to me what it is, but if you have that individually, it gives you strength. You then reinforce that in a circle with your family. Then here's the third part many people are missing. You reinforce that with a community. When you reinforce those structures with community, then you don't feel like you're alone. Welcome to infinity. Welcome home. For those of you who have been in a space where you can't have these kind of conversations, you ever been there? You're having a conversation with a friend and you're talking about deep, mystic, powerful principles. And somebody in the conversation say, yes, this means so much. Ooh, I can't talk to my family about this though. They're going to think I'm crazy. I can't talk to my other friends about this. I can't say anything about this because they're going to think I'm nuts. Guess what? You're not in community in the right space. When you find that you can align those three component parts, you find that you shine. This is what community means. Many of us were in different communities. I was in community with people who wanted to read all the time, but who didn't want to do anything. Everybody wanted to pontificate about how many stones were in the Great Pyramid. Pyramid of Khufu, Khafra, Menkaura. Khufu, 1.2 million stones in the Great Pyramid, each stone weighing about 3.5 tons each, aligned perfectly mathematically so that a shaft of light would shine every 100 years and travel around Orion's belt where all three of the pyramids were in alignment. And so what up next? We know this. Did it help you navigate who you're supposed to be right now? Did you learn those facts because it helped you with the edification of your ego? Or did you learn those facts because they inspired you to know that if it was done before in the past, then you can do anything you want to do right now? That's when it becomes actionable. So we want you to reflect on these things today. Reflect on the community that you have. Reflect on the friends and family that you have and that you've had in your past. That's what reflection is about. It is about meditation so that you can understand how things fit together. This last point that we have, this is important. Environment. Environment, what space you came up in. I know because many people came up in traumatic environments. And the way to correct trauma, you can't take it away. But the way to correct it is to ask yourself, what am I learning from it? And to forgive yourself for having gone through it. Because we're all going through it. We've all been through it. But it is a part of who we are. If we see this energy here as all points that connected us, we also know that time does not operate in a linear fashion. You may have gotten gifts from being connected to your parents. You may have absorbed a diet from the career you were in. Rev, how do I absorb a diet from a career? Ask anybody that works at an office building where the only thing across the street is a Wendy's and a McDonald's. And you got 30 minutes to go to lunch. And you don't know how to cook. Ask somebody how that connects. All of these connect in a nonlinear fashion. But let's go to the wide shot so I can understand something, y'all. All of this is you. This is who you are. When you reach a point where you begin to understand this, you allow yourself to unfold. You're not being folded up. A lot of times we have these experiences, we begin to fold ourselves up. And we begin to hide ourselves and who we truly are. When we fully get real with who we are, And our desires and our divine purpose, we begin to connect the dots. Oh, here's what I learned from my family. They made me strong because they taught me and my friends taught me that I could do anything. I was in an environment at some point. Oh my gosh, the environment that I had, what I learned from that was that I can survive some of the worst trauma that you can put on my life. Oh, what did I learn? I learned to make sure that I get myself in a strong community that reinforces my diet. Oh, I learned with education that with my personality, I can go and meet my professors and they'll make sure that they connect with me in a powerful way. Oh, I also learned that my environment, my education connect because it determined what school I went to. And if I had not gone to that school at that particular time, I would not have that teacher who poured into me in a loving environment. Oh, my beliefs came from my community. I'm so glad I connected with somebody who reinforces my journey, who loves on me. Oh, my personality is so much in alignment with my gifts right now because I've learned that I'm good at what I do and it reinforces my space of manifestation. My parents, they did the best they could to give me their beliefs, but because of them, because of the upbringing, when I reflect on the good and the bad, I say I learned some things from my family. And when I connect from that family, it gives me the inspiration for my career. And I recognize that I am a shining star when I connect the dots. Connect the dots today, y'all. Stop complaining about the dots. Because the things that I'm going to tell you about these dots that connect in your space, in your divine purpose, is the basis of ancient education. You see, Western education is you're imprinting these things on who you are. So you are getting an education. You are getting a family. You are building community. You are doing all of this. That is imprinting on you who you are, just like I imprinted them on this piece of paper. That's not the way it goes. When you operate from the opposite side, you are actually folding yourself up. But let me tell you the truth of who you truly are. When you came into this world as a little bitty person and you entered into the womb, you made a decision as a spirit before you got here that you were going to have the experiences, that you were going to have the trauma, you were going to have the education, you were going to have the family, you were going to have the careers, you were going to have the jobs, you were going to have the wisdom, the beliefs, the upbringing, the environment, all of the things you were going to have. You made an agreement with your source. And you said, I am going to have these experiences so that I can truly become who I am. Every single dot that you have in your life is connecting you and preparing you. You had it before you got here. This is the difference between enfolding and unfolding. This is the difference. Because in ancient wisdom, you were born with everything inside you already. So education, once you are born into this world, education, family, realization, meditation is the process of unfolding everything you are. When you reach the stumbling blocks, you get fearful. I know, I've been there. And what you do is you shrink and you fold again. You get depressed and you find yourself back in that same fetal position in your bed thinking that you cannot do. But the moment you begin to reflect in gratitude on all the things that you've been through, you begin to unfold again. You begin to let things go. You begin to release. You begin to expand. You begin to not think about what people are thinking of you. You begin to open yourself to new ideas. You begin to build yourself a community and you embrace everything that is you. And that is when you get your shining star status. You are a shining star. Give yourself permission to shine. Give yourself permission to unfold. Give yourself permission to expand. Why? Because carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, helium, all of these components, all of the dust of stars, they are in you, they are of you, they are you. And the universe is expressing itself through you expanding. Lose the fear. Leave it alone. That's the word for today. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. I'm putting the star up. I'm putting y'all on the clock. If you got a question, if you got something that you need to fill in, I'm going to give you an opportunity to put that in the box right now so that I can deal with that, address that. If something came up for you, if you got something specific, we got a small window where you can talk back to me and I can go and bring this in and we can talk about it. This energy of conviction, this energy of shining, it is a space of reflection, because guess what? As we said before, we have this misconception. Sister Kanitha, we talked about this. We have this misconception that everything operates in a linear fashion. Any of you had that issue before? You operate in a linear fashion. You think, well, if I go from step A to step B, I take an analysis, I go to step C, no. Time doesn't work like that. Space does not work like that. Manifestation is nonlinear. This point may come at one point in time. This may be a random point out of nowhere. This may happen at another time, and you never know until you pause and connect the dots looking backwards. And then you say, all my life I've been prepared for this moment. All my life, God loved me enough. My ancestors loved me enough. The forces of nature loved me enough to put me in a position where I could pause and reflect and see how everything is working together for the good. Because all things are working together for the good. Why? Because you are the reflection of the universe. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nonlinear. That's the space to be in. So today I'm going to encourage you in this space. I'm going to encourage you to do your own reflection. I want to encourage you to do your own star chart, if you will. I want you to do your own star chart. So when you come to a space where you can do your star chart, you can determine what your pattern is. And many of the things that you complained about, when you get to these places, I want you to ask a question and answer it. What did I learn? What did I learn? What invaluable lesson did I learn from this experience? I've had my heart broken in places that I never thought it could be put back together in. But I learned the power of love. I learned to look out for patterns. I learned to look out for red flags. I learned to hear clearly what a person was saying to me. These are things that I absorbed from those lessons of heartbreak. What lessons have you absorbed as well? I think I have a comment for Sister Rosetta I wanted to put up. I can see it from way back here. And I want to put this up for you, Sister Rosetta, Mama Rosetta, with the wisdom. I learned not to be afraid of looking foolish and crazy because of doing what I know was right.
Yes.
I dare you, I challenge you, wherever you are, put one lesson that you learned from any experience that you have in your life. Share it in this thread. When people come to this replay, they should be edified. They should be uplifted for what they see in here. Share one thing. Join this conversation. Share one thing that you've learned in this space today. T, you got something you want to share?
Actually, I guess that's what was here.
Awesome. Learn to listen to that little voice. I love it as well. When you get to this space, when you get to the space of embracing, we want you to share those things in the chat today. One good thing that you learned from one life experience. And that space will begin to generate within you the attitude of gratitude. That attitude of gratitude is what's going to lift you during the low times. So I speak that something today, something is said, something has been sung, something has been shared in this divine space that reminds you that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. That you are receiving the love that you desire, that you are receiving the health that you desire, that you are succeeding and achieving the wealth and abundance that you desire, that everything that was in you, that desire is the desire of your heart. And that, after all, is what divine purpose is. It's aligning what you do with the desire of your heart. And if you ever get lost in any of these points, in any one of these places, all you have to do is turn within and remember those things that you love, even if people think they're crazy and silly. Those are the things that are in alignment with who you are. And you are a shining star. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe. Couple of more, let's go to. Tony, what you got?
Actually, I do have one.
Yes.
I went to Stuff Libations Fellowship back in LA. She told me, be yourself and the world will adjust.
Good point. Tony just brought up, here's a good point, and Tony, type it in from Infinity. Be yourself and everybody else will adjust. Ooh, I love it. Be yourself and the world will adjust. I love it. Let's put up Stephanie. Sister Stephanie Nesbitt has a great one. I'm putting y'all up. The reason why I'm putting y'all up here is because everybody needs to read this, because this is the third part, right? We got individual spirituality. We got family spirituality. This is community. This is your community space that reinforces it. Sister Stephanie learned, my intuition is real. My intuition is real. Brother Charles says that part infinity. Rihanna says, intervene and talk to your inner child to calm them when you feel guilt and shame for who you are coming up. For the children out there, for the young people out there, our space here is to make sure that you're reminded that all is working for the good, because we want you to have a childhood that you don't have to overcome when you become a grown-up. Wish that for children. If you had the kind of childhood that leaves you recovering right now, speak to the inner child. Tell them everything is going to be all right. Provide a safe space for a young person that you love right now. That's where the healing takes place. Awesome. See to learn. I have learned that I have to stop shortchanging myself, because that is not a part of my divine plan. God is madly in love with me and wants me to thrive in every area of my life. See, I could dance on that one. I could dance on that one. Brother Charles learned that I am enough. Brother Charles, I'm taking you even deeper, brother. You're not just enough. You are more than enough. Every abundant flow of life force energy is coming out of you. And the realization that you are enough, that you have all you need, that's all you need. Because guess what? If you're shining, y'all, that's the only way you can give permission to other people to shine. Some of y'all been trying to get your light by pushing others forward ahead of yourself. When you're flying in a plane, y'all, I'm feeling this thing today. When you're flying in a plane, the first thing they tell you is, if we have our operation, a space of distress, when the mask drop down, secure your mask before you help somebody else. Because you can't guarantee that that person's even going to receive it in the right way. That person might fight you. And then both of you ended up dead. I know the feeling when you have poured into other people. And you would play second and third and fourth fiddle. And when it comes back around, you didn't get anything back. Hurts, doesn't it? You have to give them permission to shine by stepping on and putting your oxygen mask on first. And by getting your lungs filled, then you can reach and help people who want to be reached. But if you've learned that lesson the hard way, that lesson is what brought you to this place today, where you can be fine with putting on your own mask the next time. Shine first. You give others permission to shine. What do we have next, Tony? We have, I see the screen went up. Yes. Yes. Trina is in the house. I love it. Trina and Kim in the house. Liberation, personal and collective, is wholeness. Nothing missing, nothing broken. Remember this? Trina, this is good. Remember this? Remember when we started? Right? Remember when we started out how they were just random dots all over the place? They seemed disconnected until you put them all together. All of this was already existing. Everything you need is already here. Everything is whole. Nothing is missing. Nothing is broken. It's all connected. You are the sum total of all your parts. You got everything you need because the grand divine creator of the universe put all of its stuff inside you. And if you are from an unlimited source and you are made in the image and likeness of that source, you're an unlimited being. And so it is. Ashe. All right. Yes. Do we have any more, Tony, that I'm missing down at the bottom? Okay, we got Michelle. Awesome. We're in there. Michelle's in the house. Texas is in the house. I have learned to talk to, listen, and allow the ancestors to guide me. They are really watching over me. Every single day, I find myself saying something that I don't remember I was told, or I didn't remember during the time that I was told by my father. My father would say things, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. I find myself saying that all the time. That's the ancestors whispering into your spirit, reminding you of the lessons that were handed down. Learn them, embrace them in that space today. All right, T, we got anybody else on the screen? I want to get you before we wrap up service today. Awesome. We've got LC. Yes, bring them up on the screen. I'm giving y'all your props today. Y'all are sharing this. I learned that I am a daughter of the Most High. As a result, I'm in the family. Y'all gonna make me act a fool up in here. I will run up and down Nocturne Drive in the rain, celebrating these revelations that you're having. If you're a son, if you're a daughter of the Most High, you're in the family. You're in the ultimate family. You're in the family of everything. How cool is that? So how can you operate from a space of lack? This is a let me sidebar this a second, because we get to this when we talk about giving and releasing and do it. People operate from, oh, I don't have it, or oh, when I get it, I'm going. Listen, you already got it. It's already yours. You've been given the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. All of that is there. You have everything within you. You are not in a space of lack. There is no lack in the universe. The birds ain't out there lacking. The fish aren't out there feeling black. The stars aren't in lack. The planets and the galaxies are not in lack. What you look like trying to act like you in lack? Creating a vibration of something that is opposite to the nature of the universe. Stop it right now. Leave it alone and keep going on, expanding yourself. I think we got everybody, didn't we, T? Awesome. Scrolling on down to the bottom and let me see our new messages. Great. We got. Okay, well, scroll up and find them. And if you find them, let me know. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, thank you for joining us today for the Infinity Fellowship. You now have permission to shine. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. As a spiritual leader, as a spirit guide, I know and I walk in my divine purpose. Part of my divine purpose is to help you discover your divine purpose and to build institutions that manifest the beloved community. This is beloved community. And I'm going to say things that pour into you, that remind you of who you are and whose you are. And as much as I love you, I'm not going to do the work for you. Hear it again, Rail. I'm going to support the work that you're willing to do to manifest your highest self. But I can't do your work for you. Why? Because I'm doing my own work. And the larger part of my work of putting people together is empowering each and every one of you to take personal responsibility for walking in your fullest life. If you don't take personal responsibility, y'all, You move into the space of, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? Or the devil did it. Or somebody's trying to come against me and kill me. You notice that everything then is going external when it should be going internal. What can I do to make a change? Did you have one, T? Put it on up. Let's do it. Put it on up. Awesome in the space. Learn to meet people where they are, not where you want them to be. What a lesson. So wherever you are today, y'all, we want you to move to a space within. We want you to embrace that energy that you've learned today, what you've seen appear and disappear off the screen. We thank you for your comments now. We thank you for everything that you've shared in today's If Speaks. We share you for this reminder that you got work to do. And that work to do is internal work. Stop being mad at other folks. Stop making your time to generate excuses. Stop arguing for your limitations. I didn't have the right education. I didn't have the right family. I didn't have, you know what? You had exactly what you signed up for you to be great. Why do you think we hear all of these stories of greatness that make us root for the underdog? It's because they came through unbelievable circumstances with a can-do attitude, that they were not going to allow their circumstances to define who they are. They were going to define their circumstances. Today is your day that you begin defining your circumstance. You begin changing the world. You begin changing the world by first changing yourself. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. Feel yourself. Know yourself. Take a deep breath in with me now. Find a centered space. Exhale and release. Slow your breathing. Divine Spirit, thank you for today's word. Thank you for the download that poured into a spirit that needed to hear it. Thank you for those who are on the journey of realizing how awesome they are. Thank you for the remembrance of the deal that we made when we came into this earth, that we made a deal to represent you. And the only way we can represent you is to walk in confidence, to walk in forgiveness and humility, but to move into a space of manifesting that divine purpose, that love space that aligns us with the divine love in the universe. We accept the tasks today. We remember the charge. We move ahead right now with superpowers that came from you. We inhale the stardust that we are and connect ourselves with every living fiber of this expanding universe. And we do it in gratitude today. Thank you for this moment of realization. I speak moving through obstacles this week for people who are facing closed doors. I speak those doors being kicked down. I speak new doors being opened. I speak healing of body. I speak manifestation of divine purpose. I speak love. I speak forgiveness. I speak empowerment. I speak confidence. I speak all the good for those who have tuned in. The recognition that we can do all things. We give this deference to you in this place today, and we thank you for this divine community, for those who have found it through these unbelievable circumstances our society finds itself in. We're here for a reason and a purpose, and we're going to continue to lift, we're going to continue to love, continue to always give you the acknowledgement, the gratitude, and the praise. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. Deep breath in. Hold that right there. Exhale and release. Repeat after me. I am a shining star. I'm shining so you can shine too. And so it is. All right. Take that with you for the week, y'all. We appreciate you tuning in to Infinity Fellowship as we begin to close. We want to remind you of a couple of things. Shortly after, I think at 1 o'clock, we have our Zoom meeting for our planning of our trunk or treat. This is a phenomenal activity. It is a way that we can come together in safe distance and join together to celebrate on the 30th of October. So we need some people for the planning committee. Take some action. You don't have to be an official member of Infinity. If you come and you attend and you're here in Nashville, you want to be a part of planning and executing, then get on the Zoom. Go to Sign Up Infinity. That's tinyurl.com/Sign Up Infinity. We're going to text out the Zoom link in a few minutes for you to be a part of that. Fellas especially, I need that muscle, because we're going to clear this property. We got 4.9 acres. We're going to work on it on September 26th. Get in that box today. Sign up to show up, because we have the ability to take care and be good stewards of what we've been blessed with. We're going to do that work together. All right? So until I talk to you next week, this has been Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr, a.k.a. Rev Jeff, amplified in gratitude today so much I can barely stand still. I hope you're feeling the same way. I'm reminding you that when you get information in, it does become knowledge. When you take knowledge and put it into action, it becomes wisdom. So y'all be wise this week. Embrace it all. And I speak that the love of God, the power of the ancestors in the cosmos, rest, rule, rock, and abide with you from this point, now and forever. Let us all say together, Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Till I speak to you again, from all the Infinity family here and crew that brings this stream to life every single week, and handles everything. I love you, and that is a fact you cannot change. Peace and power.